In the mist-shrouded highlands of Scotland, nestled amidst the ancient hills and whispering pines, lies the forgotten cemetery of Dunmire Glen. This burial ground, obscured by centuries of solitude and guarded by the spirits of those laid to rest, holds a tale untold until this very day. It was a cold, dreary evening in late autumn when Thomas MacLeod, a historian with a passion for uncovering Scotland's hidden past, ventured into Dunmire Glen. Armed with his trusty notebook and a flickering lantern, Thomas had come in search of a particular gravestone rumored to bear markings dating back to the time of the Jacobite uprisings. The cemetery greeted him with an eerie silence as he treaded cautiously among the weathered tombstones, their names and dates worn away by time. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and the distant murmur of a nearby stream. As Thomas approached the oldest section of the cemetery, where the gravestones leaned precariously and ivy clung to their weathered surfaces, he noticed a faint glow emanating from behind a crumbling mausoleum. Intrigued, he cautiously made his way toward the source of the light. There, beneath the shade of a gnarled oak tree, stood a figure unlike any he had ever encountered. A woman draped in a gown of flowing white, her features ethereal and ageless. Her hair, a cascade of silver strands, shimmered in the moonlight as she knelt beside a gravestone adorned with faded carvings of thistles and swords. Thomas hesitated, unsure whether the figure before him was real or a trick of the shadows. Yet as he drew nearer, he could hear her soft voice, singing a haunting melody that echoed through the silent glen. The words were in Gaelic, ancient, and filled with sorrow, speaking of love lost and promises unfulfilled. Spellbound by the beauty and sadness of her song, Thomas found himself drawn closer, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and fascination. The woman turned to him then, her eyes pools of sadness and longing, yet somehow filled with a strange sense of recognition. Without a word, she extended a hand toward Thomas, her touch as cold as the autumn wind, yet gentle as a whisper. He felt a surge of warmth flood through him, a sensation both comforting and unsettling. Before he could speak, the woman vanished into the mist, leaving Thomas standing alone among the gravestones. His mind reeled with questions and uncertainty, yet deep down, he knew he had encountered something otherworldly that night in Dunmire Glen. As dawn broke over the highlands, Thomas retraced his steps through the silent cemetery, his heart heavy with the weight of the encounter. He searched for any trace of the mysterious woman or the gravestone she had visited, but found only the quiet solitude of the ancient burial ground. To this day, Thomas MacLeod carries the memory of that fateful night in Dunmire Glen, haunted by the spectral beauty of the woman who sang amidst the gravestones. He tells no one of his encounter, for who would believe a tale so steeped in mystery and magic? Yet those who wander the mist-shrouded hills of Scotland's highlands whisper of a ghostly figure who roams Dunmire Glen, her voice carrying on the wind like a lament for a love lost to the ages. And Thomas, haunted by his encounter, continues his search for answers in the hidden corners of Scotland's past, forever changed by his encounter with the unknown.